So you can't figure out your Facebook ad targeting, you feel like something must be going wrong, there must be some mistakes, what is happening? It's okay, I got you. We're going to talk all about the top 5 mistakes you might be making when it comes to targeting your Facebook ads. So stay tuned, let's walk through them and let's figure out how to overcome them. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below to make sure that you never miss a video and that you are always on top of the trends when it comes to social media marketing, Facebook ads, and all that good stuff. Hi everyone, I'm Kaz. I'm an elite digital marketing coach and I'm here to help you find paying clients with your organic and paid social media. Okay, so let's get into it. If you've been struggling with your targeting, there might be a few things that are going on. There has been a lot of changes with targeting. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the iOS 14 changes that happened in the spring of 2021 really did change the landscape of ads and kind of made people fall out of love with ads in general. So if you've been struggling with your targeting, then listen up, because I'm going to share the top 5 mistakes I see when it comes to targeting. Now, in terms of targeting an audience, this has gone through a bit of a shift and a bit of a dynamic change recently. So back in spring, March, April time 2021, we had the iOS 14 rollout and all the privacy changes that happened with it. I do talk about this in other videos, but essentially that has really changed the landscape and made people really get frustrated and just downright annoyed with their paid advertising. We cannot target in the same way that we used to because of the privacy changes that happen on the phones, and that people really opted out of being tracked online like they were being, okay? So that has really hindered a lot of things, but despite that, there are some mistakes that you might be making that might be hindering your ads, and we're going to cover a few of them. So number one mistake I see is that your copy is way too broad, way too generic. I don't really subscribe to the whole niche down thing, but in terms of ads, the best ads that work well are very targeted. Hi, and they speak directly to your customer. So they may say things like, hi, insert your target audience. I've got this thing, would you be really interested in getting it? Here it is, da-da-da. So when you go that niche, that's when ads really start to work well. And you might think, well, okay, copy doesn't really have a lot to do with audiences. True and false. Your copy on your ad is a way to discern and find your person. If someone scrolls and they see something that is relevant to them, they're much more likely to do something with it than if they don't. So in a way, use your copy on your ad to filter and make sure that the audience that you are targeting and the one you are looking to attract is what you are representing in your ad. Because if not, you will find that there's a disconnect there, and that will be a problem. Okay, so mistake number 2. This is kind of a recent thing and I've seen a lot more. So maybe you're making this mistake. You're going way too narrow. So in the past, it used to be, we run ads, we put 1 interest, maybe 2, or we narrow it, so we do 1 and then we narrow, and that's who we go after. Now, it's very different. The broader, the better. You need to give Facebook a nice big pool to go help and find. The platforms, for whatever reason, really just want you to kind of get out the way and let them do their thing and let them find. To the extent that I've run ads very recently where I don't even put any targeting in there. I trust that Facebook has a lot of data. It's got followers on the page, it's got good pixel data, which is compromised somewhat now compared to pixel data before. And I just say, what, Facebook, have at it. And those have yielded some really great results. You might be like, huh? Obviously, I skew the age a little bit and I pick female, but they've been performing surprisingly well. So when it comes to your target audience, sometimes when I've looked at ads on, that other people are running, I've seen lots of audiences in there. This is very different from how it was a few years ago, where we, like I said, would use 1 or 2. Now we're using a whole bunch, and that is working much better than narrowing your audience. Okay, mistake number 3, and it's very much along lines with the previous mistake, is that you're targeting by location. Due to the privacy changes, targeting by location is just not working as well as it used to. Now, I have the privacy turned on because I like to see what's happening, what's Facebook doing to counteract this. I can't tell you the amount of ads I see. They're in completely different states to the one I'm in. And there, I can tell they're targeting by location because there are things like restaurants, stores, brick and mortar businesses, and their target, somehow I am getting in the mix. I've seen things from New York, keep in mind I'm based on the West Coast, I've seen things in New York and Florida. Okay, so the location is not what it used to be. Now, if you're like, you know what, I'm a location-based business, they have to be local. Try it, but you are better off, as I said in mistake number 1, saying about copy and saying like, hey, and then saying your local town, like, hey, Florida, hey, this, hey, that. You're better off with that rather than, you know, extensively relying on location. I recommend you work to build an email list, maybe create a lookalike, or just target those people in your email. But, you know, if you have to do it, you have to do it. If you don't have to do it, I recommend leaving locations open. Okay, mistake number 4, the aesthetic of the ad is not matching your targeting. So if you're targeting women, but your ad is very masculine, or vice versa, that is gonna offset your targeting. Again, not specifically relevant to targeting, but the ad itself is a targeting mechanism that I think people forget. So if your aesthetic, A, doesn't match your brand, or B, doesn't target who you want, there could be a disconnect there, and that could be a problem. The final mistake, mistake number 5, is that your targeting hasn't layered in like a household income discernment. Previously, the household income element in Facebook, I would have said, you know what, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I think now you really have to layer in some kind of household income discernment. Otherwise, what can happen is you attract a lot of freebie hunters, and let's face it, we don't want those, okay? So if you are wanting to attract a CEO or an entrepreneur who's a little bit further in her journey, layer in things that she would be interested in. Does she shop at certain stores? You can add the household income, top 5, top 10% of household earners. Could you layer in, you know, does she read Vogue? Does she shop at certain stores that are a bit more luxury? Layer in those things, and that's how you're going to tailor your audience to be a little bit more discerning, have a little bit more disposable income. This is also good if you sell a higher price good. So say you sell like a home item and your SKU of your product is maybe $100, you want to make sure you layer in a higher price home decor place. Pottery barn, restoration hardware, those come to mind. So layer in that to make sure that you are attracting a higher quality of client as opposed to a freebie hunter. Okay, so I want to know, what questions do you have about targeting with your Facebook ads? It can be a murky swamp out there. I want to know what questions you have. Now, if you're struggling with your marketing, Facebook ads is just one little piece of the whole pie, and I really want you to go check out my free marketing checklist. It's going to break your tasks into daily, weekly, and monthly tasks, and these what I feel are the most important tasks for you to do so that you can market your business consistently. So go to the link below and download your free checklist. I know it's going to help you out and make your life so much easier. Alright guys, it's been great seeing you, and I really hope these tips have really helped you. So if you would subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, that would mean the world to me and would really make sure that this video gets seen by other business owners who need help with this. Facebook ads is one of those areas that people really gatekeep and they hide all their tips. That's not what we're doing on this channel. We're going to share everything we got, and I'm going to take you to make your ads and your social media for that matter really work so that you can build the business that you want. I can't wait to see you next time.